big corporation telling me what to do. Today we got the FLIR 267 thermal. They call it a thermal camera on the box, but as technical support has told me from FLIR that this is technically not a camera. It's a thermal imager. It's a test and measure device. I put it through its paces. Off the bat, I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is paid for itself right out of the box. I spotted 3 electrical anomalies right out the box. It comes charged up, so right out the box. When I say that, it's true. I wrote stuff down so that way I don't wander off or any of that. So we're gonna start off with first. This is not a camera, like I said. It is categorized as a test and measurement tool. That's gonna stand out to you when you do download FLIR tools. You will not be able to have all the features that you would have with, say, a E8 or one of their actual cameras. Okay, so know that much. It's most effective when trying to detect extreme temperature differences. I mean, hot spots. You know, that's where this thing does shine. Hot spots in maybe an exhaust manifold, but not the catalytic converter, because it's not rated at that type of temperature. So if you're looking for something to check a catalytic converter on an automobile, I'm gonna recommend. I'm not gonna tell you to get FLIR, because we're gonna get into that in a minute. But don't get this one if you want to look at a catalytic converter. This is not a high temperature pyrometer. Okay, the app, the software FLIR tools for Windows is just one notch above useless. For one, they don't support it anymore. They're not going to update it. They came out with a Thermal Studio. That's the name of it, FLIR Thermal Studio. FLIR Tools mobile app is supported, but like I said, you will not get the functions of all the features of that app with this device right here. I'm telling you that right now. I'll show you some demos and whatnot. Like I said, I took this through its paces. The company stopped supporting the desktop, so with that being said, that all you can do with that is really make reports, and they're going to be lame. At the end of the day, it's nothing you can't do with FLIR Tools software that you can't do with any editing software, for crying out loud. I mean, the FLIR Tools desktop software is just a portal for you to drag and drop files. You plug the camera into the computer, it's going to give you the option to access the file folder anyway. You can't stream video on that app, on the mobile app. Anyway, like I said, you can't do anything that you would be able to do with the cameras. All you can do is transfer photos from the tool to whatever device you have it loaded onto, via Bluetooth. And the best mode for a quick read in this is the Arctic, and it stands out very well. This is the Arctic color palette compared to, say, the Iron right here. You could just see that Arctic. This device is heavily dependent on MSX. Okay, without the MSX, this would just be another FLIR 1, basically. I mean, they have the same thermal resolution. So trust me, if it wasn't for MSX, this thing would be like half of its value. But the MSX, it does it, and it does it well on this device. Okay, so keep that in mind before you buy this. Going back to the temperature differences, it's best in low lighting if you're gonna use this. Okay, use it in a dim setting. Do not go in bright light expecting to get the most out of this particular tool. It's still a tool. It's not a camera, but it is a tool. It's truly a spot imager. Do not try to, long range. It's not a scope. Okay, it's not a scope. It's best effect. I wrote it down, and I've tested this. Its best range is 6 to 8 inches from your target, and that goes back to that temperature range I was telling you about. You don't want this 6 to 8 inches from a catalytic converter. All right, this is good for breaker boxes, parasitic draws. Let's look over here. Oh yeah. Thermocouple on this thing is a joke. I got it right here, but I'll probably, like I said, when I edit, hopefully I can show y'all some pictures. This thing is God Almighty. I did a comparison. Here we go with temperature measurements. The best thing to use, for those who don't know, is ice water, because water's going to melt at the same temperature given the sea level. You know, this is the Fluke Connect thing, but this video is really about the FLIR. It's just going to see if it's going to be too glary, so I'm going to leave the Fluke Connect out. We're just going to stick the FLIR right now. I mean, we're comparing them, but don't worry about that readout over there. That came up. At the surface of the ice, water melts at about the same temperature, given mineral content. I wanted to show this part though. You have to go through somewhat of a process. Okay, we all know. You're gonna come down to see. I don't know why my camera has such a glare on it. There you go. Measurements. Then you come down to thermocouple. See, like I said, you have to go through some things. Get that back out of there. Then, as you can see, you can still record with the camera, but the thermocouple is displayed up there up top. So, alright. How quick there we go. As you can see, those are not. Well, the emissivity is going to play a part on the camera reading. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't play. Yeah, you see that? This thing, the Milwaukee doesn't play. I would not, if I were you, I'd go for the Klein, but this Milwaukee is mean. Anyway, Fluke's star of this show. And like I said, I cut them some slack on for the simple reason you're using a camera. That emissivity is different, but as you can see, that thermocouple, it'll give you a ballpark, but I would not bet my diagnosis on it. No. I want to see what the other client. This one's pretty good too, but if y'all don't want to see that, well, maybe you do. Maybe you do want to see it. I don't know. I like to see people go all the way when I watch YouTube or whatever. What do we got? I'm making sure that's temperature over there. Let's see what this client has to say about it all. Stick it right in there, right? Like I said, surface temperature of the ice. It's gonna give you most. And we got the once again, it's, yeah, this stuff is stiff, so you know you're gonna get but don't forget it. The camera reading, cut on some slack for emissivity. Alright. You have to adjust it. I'm gonna show the chart in the video. And this is about our best. 32 degrees. I don't know what to say about. I've been diagnosing air ducts, all types of little stuff with this thing, man. I was mad I bought it at first, but here I am. Anyway, so there we have it, y'all. That's at least a good. There we go. You see? So this is what the Fluke is saying. Not thermocouple, because it's not its thermocouple. But like I said, one more time, y'all. 32 degrees. I don't know what to tell you. Be surprised what you get for the money in America. Let's see what this client is good for electronics. Okay, let me down now. No light. No light. There we go. This car has been good to me. Automotive electronics. Yeah. Okay, client. Okay. See the fluke. FLIR still, at least it's holding. It just went off the automatic shut off. I think that's a good cue to show you. I mean, we got a gauge to go by here. I wouldn't bet my career on it. This camera is great. We'll get into that later, but that's just temperature readings for you. I wouldn't count on that thermocouple at all. I'm gonna give this client a fair shot. Didn't have the right thermocouple for it, so this, like I said, this client is not bad at all. Okay, I don't think that helped, did it? And once again, oh God, that's crazy. That is crazy. Beautiful to Milwaukee. Leave these thermocouples alone, people. Leave the thermocouples alone, man. Enough said about that. Now, you didn't buy it for the thermocouple, okay? And don't buy it if you plan on using a thermocouple, because it's a joke. What else you got here? It is ergonomic. That's right. Yeah, it does have good form, function, balance to it. Okay, it fits perfect in your hand. You don't want to put it down. When you put it in your hand, it's in your hand. You know, it melts into your hand. Really, it does. They got that. All right. It's adjustable emissivity. I had to do a little bit of study on that while I was in HVAC school, actually. And to give it to y'all in technical terms, I wrote it down, of course. Emissivity is the fraction of energy being emitted relative to that emitted by a thermally black surface, or a black body, a perfect radiator. A black body being 1, you can look at that 1 as 100% emission, and a value of 0 would correspond to a perfect thermal mirror. It's recommended in the first instance to take the temperature measurement with an accurate surface or wire probe, not this wire probe, then adjust the infrared thermometer to match the correct emissivity of the subsequent measurements. Okay, and with all that being said, put a piece of painter's tape. Some people say masking tape. Painter's tape doesn't leave a lot of residue, so trust me on that. Use painter's tape. Okay. What else? The tech support with them. This is why I bought it. I did my research before I bought it. Then I put it to the test after I bought it. So I'm telling you right now, their tech support when it comes to thermal imaging devices, this is the best in the business. You're not going to go wrong when it comes to technical support. So you will not be left out in the cold with, say, some other brands. And at the end of the day, know that if you're looking at the TG267, that you are looking at an entry-level thermal imaging device. Okay? Do not expect the world out of this device. You know, disappointment comes from expectation. We'll go into philosophy some other day, but it's very true. The only reason people are disappointed in this world is because their expectations are not aligned with what reality will bring. So what I'm telling you right now, in reality, for the money, it is what it is. It's an entry level. It gets you in the field, okay? And just the overall, you know, unscripted, I had to write it down. Hey, what else gonna do? You know, we got to get organized. So just for a raw synopsis, this will be good for your first. You got quality, like I always talk about. And if you're looking for hypersensitivity, there's a couple other ones that I want to mention. You got the UNIT UTI 260B, but you got to order it from China. I did not feel like waiting a month. I did order it. Something happened and I had to cancel that order. You don't want to. I don't want to go through it. I have things to do. Then you got the Hikvision, but the Hikvision doesn't have that overlay in this price. We're talking about this price range. The Hikvision does not have that real image along with the thermal image superimposed. So middle of the road, good for your money. This is a good buy for what you're buying. Okay. If you already have a thermal imager, say you got the FLIR one and you're looking to upgrade, or you've got something else, the Seek or whatever, don't get this. This should be your first. This one right here. This is your first. This is the baseline. You learn the ropes, you get your thing going, and then move on. If this is not your first one, I'm gonna tell you to get the other one, the UNIT, the Unitrend, okay, 260B. Then go from there. There's some things on here that I wish it had. There's a deal. I'll be honest with you. There's a company, and they don't know me. They're not sponsoring me. None of that. I'm just telling you the truth. The truth is, there's a company, T Equipment. You could go there and get a membership, and you'll get, I think it's like $50 off of this thing. So for whatever that's worth, $50, I can do something. I can do something with $50. So you save $50. There's really nothing else to say. Get it and know what you're getting when you get it.